everybody, it's Uncle Scott. Welcome back to the QwerkyReax channel. And you asked for her back, so it took a little schedule maneuvering, but I did it. And Brooke is back. And well, first, let's bring her in. Brooke, thank you for being back.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back.
We are very glad to have you back. And as we, I mean me and probably everyone who's watching this right now. Everyone loved your reaction to High Ren, and the biggest comment that I got by far, I think there's like over 100 comments on that video, and it's all people saying she's got to see the tails. She's got to see the tails. So Ren has a song, or a series of songs. There are 3 songs called The Tales of Jenny and Screech. And it's technically 3 songs: The Tale of Jenny, The Tale of Screech, and Violet's Tale. And it's one big story arc. It's like a 13.5-minute video.
Okay.
And it's basically why people started calling him Bardcore, which like instead of hardcore, Bardcore, because he like walks around and strums and he's playing and singing and acting everything out. And so I think everyone thought because you're an actress that you would be like, holy shit, this guy is incredible. So
I'm excited.
If you can't tell, I'm so excited to show you this. So I say we just jump right into it. You're good though, right? Everyone will say, Scott, you're rude. You jumped right to the music. Everything's going good with you?
Everything's going great, and I don't think you're rude. I'm super excited to hear the songs. So
love it. Then good. You just saved me from all the hate. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll jump right into it. What I usually do when I show people these songs, because they have natural pauses at the end of each song, like in the gap between them, I'll let you listen to the whole song. And then just, unless you want me to stop, just raise your hand and I'll stop it. Like if you have something quick to say, feel free.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, here we go. This first one. This is Ren, The Tale of Jenny. Here we go.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before she wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware. Maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Up or go Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it. Bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete, and he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
Whoa. Damn.
It's dark, right?
It got sad really quick.
Really quick. I know there's not a lot to pull from that other than it's just really a tragic story.
Yeah.
But obviously he's starting you down a path. You know what I mean?
Right.
One of my favorite things about these songs too that I didn't mention was he starts each one with kind of like a musical interlude, or like kind of like you saw at the beginning there. He kind of like jams out a little bit.
Yeah, I love the mouth trumpet too.
Yeah, that's right. But as you can see, I think you can kind of tell even just from that. I mean, it's going to get even more intense, but you can tell just from that why I think people wanted you to see it, because he's kind of like acting out the parts while he's like singing and playing. You know what I mean?
Even him walking down the street and like looking behind his back, definitely. It was very cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the next two.
Yeah, it's only going to get more intense, I swear.
Oh no. Okay.
And these two guitar things that he does at the beginning of this one, the beginning of the next one, are like some of my favorite guitar playing he's ever done. So enjoy. Everyone gets mad at me for spoiling shit, but here we go. Now you can kind of see why I like that guitar solo.
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, are you in? Nah, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest. Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying one street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. Two bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Wow. You're right. Just got a little, got even more intense. I mean, that one. I actually feel like he even portrayed the characters even more than he did in the last one, and that camera work at the end was really cool.
Yeah. So also, he actually released these, I think, about a year apart, but there was definitely some time in between them. So I think what happened is he just got better. Like, I think over that time, he was performing and doing all of this stuff, or busking. He wasn't, I don't think he was on stage, but I think he was like practicing this kind of stuff and rehearsing the songs and just getting better and better at being able to perform while singing and everything else. Because as you'll see in the next one, it's like, but so far, you see what I mean by, I think, why people were excited to show it to you.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. It feels almost like a mix of a music video and like a short film. Almost. I mean, still a music video, but like, because he does really take on the characters a little more, it is kind of a little bit like a short film.
Yeah. I also love the way he can, like, he's so good at painting a picture with his lyrics. Like, it's like a well-written book.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. Well, here comes literally one of my favorite guitar solos by Ren. So,
okay, I'm ready.
Brace yourself. Self-taught, by the way.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstained sheets, Our Lady weeps, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
He's rewinding. It's dope, right?
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took a tie but never left the room. I'll spare you of the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tight but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood's black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw and the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet.
Now see, he's moving time forward again.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins are lying side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
Oh no. Oh no. I will say, when they said that she was pregnant, I had a feeling. I was like, oh my God, I thought one of them was her kid, but I didn't think that they were both. That's so sad. It sounds like they didn't even know they were siblings, and then
They didn't.
He killed her.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And if like, there's been a lot of analysis of this video, obviously, because so many like fans of Ren love it so much. And basically the idea is her, Violet was abused and by her dad and then, or stepdad, and then, ended up becoming pregnant either from her abusive boyfriend or from her stepdad,
right.
And then beaten to the point so hard that she dies.
Right.
Which means that the father, whoever the father is, goes to prison for murder and she's dead. So the kids get put in an orphanage, which in the UK, when they do, they don't do Jane Doe. They do like a Jennifer for orphans and a, I forgot what Screech's name is, but it's like Johnny or Jimmy or something like that. And so that's the name for, or James, it's James. And so that's the name, but his nickname was Screech.
Nickname was Screech.
Right, if you remember from Jenny's tale, he said
Right.
James, but he goes by Screech.
Right.
And so, but they were put in foster homes, split up, and then she ends up becoming like a lady of the night. And so she's walking around, you know, trying to make a living that way. And she inherits the, like, remember when he comes at her, she stands still, she's frightened, just like the mom was.
Right.
And he took on all the traits of the abusive father.
Totally.
And like ends up killing his twin sister. And that's why one of my favorite lines in the whole thing is, a tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Like, it's a tragedy, but it's also miraculous that they ended up back together and dying on the same day that they were born together. Or not the same day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were born together and they died together.
That's
crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a very haunting tale. And I feel like he does a great job with the music as well, because the music and all the songs kind of has like a folk tale element to it, but then also it feels there's something eerie about it. You know, I feel like the music also really helps to set the scene, you know?
Yeah. And also, excuse me, the other thing I want to make sure I told you, if you remember in Screech's tale, or the tale of Screech, he calls his girlfriend and she's like, no, you can't come over right now.
Right.
But that's after he knocks on Patrick's door and there's no answer.
Right.
So it turns out, because Screech is so violent and the type of person that he is, that she's actually cheating on him with his best friend to like, and is like now seeing him for protection. So like, that's why she's not available and why he can't get in to see his boy, is because they're actually together. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's like a
crazy.
Yeah. He did like a whole thing on his Instagram about it. It's really dope.
God, it's just interesting how everything's like so more entangled than you would think, I guess. And I definitely did not expect them to be twin siblings.
Right?
At all. That was a really good twist. And it's cool too, because obviously, technically, chronologically, the story of Violet comes first, but it really adds that extra interesting twist by having it in the order of how the songs were released coming last. And I think it's a testament. I mean, clearly with these videos and the way he's acting, the way he uses his instrument as such a storytelling device, he knows how to tell a story. And it just goes to show, even in the order that he released these songs, how he knows how to really tell a story.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. I'd also be remiss if I didn't ask, because you are like one of, I think, 2 actors that I have, or 2 or 3 actors that I have on the channel. What did you think in terms of like his performance of it? Not just the storytelling, but how he performed it.
I mean, I think his performance is really, I think it's very cool how he's able to kind of shift in and out of being himself more, being the guy telling the story, being the narrator. And then in these moments where there's dialogue, essentially transforming into these characters, into these people. I found the character that I thought he really embodied, which was kind of crazy, was Screech.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like even in the first song, you know, even in the Tale of Jenny and in Screech's song, like he just really embodied that just angry, disgruntled, you know, violent person. And I thought it was kind of crazy to see, because obviously as he's telling the story as the narrator, he's a little more, obviously he's sad as he's telling it because it's a sad story, but he's a little more calm and, you know, just relaying the information. And then all of a sudden he just switches to this like rage-filled human being. So it's pretty, that especially I thought was very well done. Yeah,
and it's kind of, I've introduced you to his duplicity before by showing you High Ren and how he's able to go back and forth like that. So he is a real talent for it.
Totally. And I actually thought it was interesting. The third video really reminded me, the beginning definitely reminded me of High Ren, just in the fact that he's in his hospital gown. And I just made me think, I wonder how often, because I know you had mentioned when we listened to High Ren about how he's had his own struggles with health, mental health, and, you know, like he spent a lot of his time in and out of the hospital. So it makes me wonder how many more, and maybe the answer is no more of his videos, but how many more of his videos have those themes and like the themes of hospitalization and I don't know, like drugs and that kind of fluorescent light, spooky environment. I don't know. I'd just be curious to see if he revisits that hospital theme in any of his other videos as well.
Yeah, the only other one that I can think of right now, it's funny that you mention it, is called Sick Boy, which is spelled B-O-Y. The boy is spelled B-O-I, sorry, B-O-I, which is the titular track for his sophomore album, which is the one that went #1 in the UK. And there's actually a big battle happening right now. For any Renegade who's watching this knows like that what's happening right now is crazy, because he bought the beat from somebody, got a full unlimited license for it. And then the person he bought the beat from lied and actually stole one of the samples. And so there was a big battle over like who owes money to who and everything else. So he took it down out of all of this whole like year-long battle. So now like this song that he had so much pride and poured it's all about his mental health and struggling with doctors and taking all these medications. And it was so important to him that he named his album Sick Boy. And he had to take the video down. You can't hear the song on streaming services anymore. Like he completely took it down. And then what's today? Saturday? He just released on Thursday a diss track about the guy who lied to him and did a video with it. And it's insanely good. Like,
so I don't even think I understand what the issue is there. The issue is that he bought the track from somebody, so that guy who he bought it from should no longer have the rights to it, correct?
He does not. He bought an unlimited license.
So then the guy he bought it from still made something using the beat, essentially.
No. So what happened was the guy who made the beat said, and put it out there for anyone to buy, said, here's this beat that I made and it sounds really dope. And Ren heard it and was like, oh, I kind of dig that. I'll buy it, but if I buy it, I want no one else to. I want exclusive, unlimited access. Right. And the guy was like, "Yeah, bet you can have it." Then it blows up. Is the lead song on the #1 album in the UK, and the person who owns the sample that was used in the beat, that this guy Cujo, the guy that sold it to Ren, he owned, like they own the sample of this like choir singing in the background that Cujo never disclosed or paid them for. They're like, yo, man, you owe us money. And Cujo goes, okay. So he goes to Ren and he's like, you owe me money. And Ren's like,
it sounds like the Cujo guy owes people money and
yes,
anyone anything is what it sounds. That's what it sounds like.
You are quite smart.
I'm just surprised there's a whole battle over it. It seems pretty obvious, but then again, I don't know. I'm not in law.
Some of it was too is because apparently there was a battle because the Cujo guy wasn't getting paid as much as he should have been, or it wasn't happening as quickly as it should have, and he was battling with Ren's lawyer. But Ren's like, why didn't you just reach out to me, bro? Like, I didn't know any of this was going on. Right. So if you just reached out to me, I would have been like, yeah, you should absolutely be getting paid because it's like a licensing agreement. He still gets some of the credit for what's going out there and being sold. But Cujo's going around telling people that he wrote the beat for Sick Boy and that he's like the one who gave it to her. Like he's like clout chasing off of Ren. And Ren even tried to be reasonable. My favorite thing is Ren says, you know what, dude, this is all a mess. How about this? You're a musician. I'm a musician. Why don't we do an original song together? And I'll make a video for it. You can be in the video. It'll ingratiate you with my fans. It'll be kind of an FU to the music industry because we're like, fine, you're going to play all these games with lawyers with us. We'll do it together and ourselves. It was like an amazing olive branch. Right. And the guy was like, no, pay me. And so.
Oh, that's kind of lame.
And And he was like, he copyright struck Ren's video. So like it disappeared from YouTube, and Ren's like, what the hell? And so finally Ren was like, you're not going to leverage my own song against me. So he took it down and took it off of all the streaming, and then did this diss track, which is absolutely incredible. And he announced that on the 1-year anniversary of the release of Sick Boy, he's going to do another version of it that he produces everything for. And that way we can all kind of have a version of it back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Crazy.
And I feel very lucky that I actually have the Sick Boy album on vinyl. So I have the original version.
Oh, wow.
Like on vinyl, which is dope. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy because he might never re-release it ever.
Well, I don't think he'll ever re-release it the way it originally was. I think he's just going to do this updated version of it, which it's Ren. I'm sure it'll be dope.
Right.
So
right. It'll still be good. It's just that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, when the new comes out, we'll have to watch it and I'll have to react.
I mean, you guys heard her. I think that's a verbal agreement right there.
That is.
So I think I'm slowly making you a renegade here. Like I think that you're all in.
Oh yeah, I think that he really is a true talent. Like he's just beyond having a nice voice, beyond having good lyrics. He also just is a great storyteller. He's apparently an actor as well.
Yep.
I just think his music is very unique. It's not like anything else that I've heard. And like I said, I really do. I just think to me, the thing that most stands out is how good of a storyteller he is. Even like I said, with the guitar, I thought, using that as the rewind, using that as the gunshots, using that as the fist, hitting Violet. I thought that was all so creative. And I just feel like he really finds every element he can. He's like, how can I use this to really serve the song? And I think that's so admirable because I feel like there's so many people who don't often think about, just like they write some music like this sounds nice and they make it. That's great too. That's not bad, but I think it's cool to have somebody go, not only does this sound nice, it goes, does this fit the theme of the song? Does this match with my lyrics? Does this actually get across the story that I'm trying to convey? And I think that's really special. So yeah, definitely a big fan of Ren. I'm liking what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing so far. So
I love everything you just said, and I think everybody who's watching this is going to too. That was awesome.
Oh, good.
Anyway, well, Brooke, thank you again for coming back, and thank you for taking the trip down the Tails lane with me because I think it's awesome. Everybody watching, thank you for joining us and for checking it out again. I appreciate you, especially if you made it this far, because I know it's kind of a longer video. It always is with the Tails, but you asked for it and I delivered. So thanks again, everybody. And remember, don't wait for life to be easy to be happy.
Oh.